Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, September 12th, and I just want to welcome everyone. We have an echo in the house, so I don't know whose I'm hearing. Maybe Al's, although I don't see him. Welcome, you guys. It's going to be a very exciting week. This could be the biggest week for a lot of people. It tends to be when we come out with a new seasonal flavor, and we have seen now that the cat's definitely been left out of the bag, so it is the pumpkin spice. I think that's the one that sold out the fastest in history. I think it was a matter of hours, and I'm not exaggerating. So if you think we're just saying that to get you to buy a bunch of shakes, we're not. What I recommend, what a lot of people do, and it's very smart to do this, is first of all, start notifying your teams and any guests you have immediately, because the guests, in order to get the shakes, would have to be signed up and enrolled and then order them. The other thing is order 6 shakes, because then you get the discount, the 6 product or 6 item discount, and then you can delay your auto ship 29 days from your pumpkin spice shake order. A lot of people missed out last time. They were really upset. So I don't know this for a fact, but I would, if you're a late owl, I would be taking a peek in the back office even tonight after midnight. Who knows? Last time they didn't get loaded till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but you never know how prepared Isagenix is. It kind of almost crashed the servers too, so just be patient. Some people said they had an easier time doing it on their app last time than logging in on a computer, so be prepared for that. Do let everyone know. Don't assume everyone's going to see the posts we're making in the group, because as we know, only about 10% of people actually see the post. So I'm also going to make a post. In fact, we could all take the time to make a post and just say, who are all my pumpkin spice lovers out there, and just start that little, let me put the...
In the VIP group or on our own page?
On our own page. And I'm going to just, in the business group, just post the 4 pictures that hold on a sec, that I just created. I think, or 3 maybe. Okay.
I will say this, guys. I love Halloween, but I guess maybe I'm the lone one here. Pumpkin is not my most favorite flavor, I guess.
Leaves more for the rest of us.
That's it.
You know what?
I'm not a pumpkin spice person, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. What? Go ahead.
I totally agree with you. I wouldn't, I don't eat pumpkin pie. I wouldn't make any
nothing. Yeah.
Anything. However, the shake is great, and it's really, you can make things like pumpkin pancakes, which I didn't like, but what I liked it the best in is a scoop of the pumpkin spice shake in a bowl of oatmeal in the winter. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Paul already donated his 6 to me, so he can't have
right. That's right, Penny. You got all mine.
By the way.
No problem.
Teamwork.
All right, hold on. They're going to be up in just a second, guys. 1, 2, 3. I did 3, and we can certainly do more. So the post I'm going to make is who are all my pumpkin spice lovers, because lots of people are, even if you're not, believe you me. So pick which picture you like. I wouldn't post all of them at once, because I don't know if you guys know this, but on Facebook, when you post multiple pictures, it doesn't seem to get the same kind of response as if you post 1 picture. It's very strange. When you post 2 or 3 pictures, I don't know if it's an algorithm thing, if Facebook doesn't love it. So anyway, we're running late here with me talking about pumpkin spice. So who would love to go first, and who's scared to go first and will anyway? With victory, we share victories and gratitudes.
Okay.
I'll go first if nobody minds.
All right.
My victory and gratitude is, well, thanks to everybody who sent me well wishes on Saturday. I tried stepping out of my comfort zone on Saturday to conquer some of my heights fears and going to see the new Rogers Place, new downtown arena in Edmonton. It is a phenomenal place. It's unreal. I have uploaded some pictures just recently, but I just wanted to thank everybody. That was one of my big fears, and so I stepped outside my comfort zone and conquered that in terms of at least, taking a first step, and I'm happy about that.
That is great.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I know Lauren Raymond can relate to that. You guys have that in common because she was she almost didn't come on our little team party, but decided to.
Yeah, if you saw my video on Saturday morning, I actually said that she inspired me to conquer it and do it. I saw her give that little video before she went up there in Vegas, so I'm like, okay, I'm doing it.
That's so great. I missed that part. I did see it. That's great. Did they have some sort of event there?
Yeah, it was an open house. It's a grand opening of a new downtown arena that we were opening up there in our downtown to revitalize the whole core of our city, which has been neglected for about 30 years.
Do you know Justine and Wade were down there too? You guys should have hooked up.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw her or not. I'll have to reach out to her afterwards.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, and hello, Martha. All right, who's next?
I'll go next.
All right.
So this weekend, I went with Penny and Todd to Columbus for my very first Isagenix event. So that was pretty awesome. And I have never experienced anything like it before. I got to meet Susan Sly, who is my new inspiration and role model. She is phenomenal. And it was really interesting because I'm only now almost 3 weeks into the program. So it was really interesting to learn about all the different products and, just the spirit of the company, which was really, really awesome.
That is so great. So great. I told Susan you'd be meeting her.
She's fabulous.
Yes. That's so, and you see why the events are so important. Like, we cannot convey the heart, you get a sense for the heart of our team, but the heart of the company, we can't bottle that and teach it or share it with you unless you go to one of those awesome events.
Yes, definitely. And so I'm thankful for Penny for, she drove me and she convinced me to go. So thank you, Penny.
Right on.
Easy to convince.
Good job.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Who's next?
Well, I have it's a win, but it's kind of a pre-win. But I just set a really big goal for myself, probably a bigger goal than I've ever set. And I stepped out of my comfort zone in setting it, and then I stepped out of my comfort zone in sharing it with you, Stephanie. And I'm basically way, way, way out of my comfort zone. And I feel good about it. And so anyway, that's a big win for me.
It is. I wouldn't say that's a step. That might be considered more of a leap, Penny.
Yeah. A leap.
And actually, Penny's stepping out and sharing that with me is prompting a call or some of the training that we are actually doing on the call tonight. So that's really great. So there are quite a few people that deserve recognition, and unfortunately they're not able to be on here, but one person I wanted to give a shout out to in case she watches this later, but Christine went 1-star Golden Circle. So very exciting. We worked, actually it happened, was it just this past week? I'm losing track. And, lots of double PIBs, lots of people qualifying for free vitamins. Karen Cambaliza enrolled 3 people yesterday alone in one day.
Wow.
Yes. So lots of exciting things are happening, you guys. And you want to get if anybody needs a little kick in the butt, like, we have some great points going in our $1 million challenge, but go look at the points, the overall top points. I was stunned when I saw what people are doing. And so actually the lady who is number 3 in the top earner list, which is Renee on Susan's team, she did some training on our CEO call this morning, as well as Scott Aaron. And I'm just going to share a little bit of the highlights and nuggets from that CEO call. We have some great peer training on that, and I can't wait till you guys get to be in there. Oh, no, my gosh, Christine gets to be in there now. That's right. We get to add her. So as soon as you're a 1-star Golden Circle, you get to be added to the CEO group. So this was a really great nugget that Scott shared. He said, if you want to be seen as a leader, show up as one. And if you don't show up as one in your own group with your own team, how do you expect the world to see you as a leader? And I thought that was really quite profound because, you know, it's that T. Harv Eker saying, how we do anything is how we do everything. And think about it, how you show up in the group is probably how you're showing up in life. So it's the safest place to really be growing into that leadership, to be contributing, to be making posts, to be vulnerable and sharing. And I love what's happening in there. We're getting some really great shares, and I love it when newbies post. And Robin Lamb, I don't know how many of you saw her video, the lady who shared her video, why she's... Yeah. That is, let's ask all our cleansers to do that. Not everyone will, but why not? Like, she was so willing. I said, why don't you share in the group why you're doing this? Because she had such great whys. She was ticking off some really great things, and she did it within, she had her video done within 24 hours. And how cool is that for that kind of activity to be having, and for a brand new person to feel safe enough in our group to share something like that. So I would really encourage more videos from us with product or whatever. Picture, she posted a picture already with one of her products. So let's get new people really participating in there if they're comfortable doing it, and explain to them it is a safe place. It's a supportive place. And I think the more visible and accountable people are in that group, the more their success is going to go up. And I see that. I see the people who don't participate at all, quite often they get on product for a month or 2, 3, 4 months maybe, and then they fall off. But once we can get them into the community and feeling part of it, I think that's really key. The other thing that a lot of Susan's leaders were talking about, and these are like 6-figure earners, leaders, they said that had they known what they know now, they would never have started their own groups or broken away. And in fact, some of them are dismantling their breakaway groups and joining back into the bigger group. And I thought that was really powerful. They talked about how people just don't get enough of a sense of the big picture if they're not plugged into the bigger team.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Can I just mention something that's kind of similar to that Susan mentioned on Saturday?
Please.
In the teaching, that I just thought was interesting, because I've heard different teams and different leaders talk about different things with it, different approaches. But in as far as like building your own tribe, Susan was as adamant as I've ever heard her be about anything. And she said, like, if you're someone like Lori Harder, she said Lori Harder had her own tribe, so to speak, before she joined Isagenix. And so it made sense for her to kind of keep up with that, vibe and having her own tribe and that kind of a thing. And there's a few other unique people that are in a situation where they've kind of already got their own following. But she said, if you don't fit in that category, she said, please do not try to build your own brand. She said, it's a waste of time. It takes away from the one team mentality of Isagenix and of the power of our teams that we're using to go forth and really reach a lot of people with a lot of momentum. So she was just adamant. She said, just don't even worry about your own brand. The brand is Isagenix, and your job is to love people and serve them and work through your teams to reach them all. And it was like, oh, that was a good, and I kind of felt relieved about that, because I know there were times when I felt like, should I make my own brand? Or so anyway.
But that keeping in mind that everyone is their own brand as well.
Yeah.
But trying to build like a business brand, I think maybe just
right.
Because
like I don't have to come up with my own marketing about Penny and about my take on it. It's like that's a lot of extra time and effort that takes me away from enrolling people and sharing information and helping them have a successful cleanse experience, if that makes sense. So
right. I just actually got tagged in a video that I haven't watched it, and it is about, building your own brand. And I think she's using it in a little bit different context, maybe because we're not building the Isagenix brand on Facebook. We're the brand, but we don't have to have a business attached to who we are. We're just us. We're the brand. And I think how you show up that way is enough without doing this whole tribal. I think I understand what you're saying, but she's not suggesting we build the Isagenix brand online, right?
No. She's not suggesting that we, post Isagenix logos and things like that. But she's just saying that if you're, coming up with your own logo and your motif and blah, 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 that it's just distracting you from the one team of, but absolutely I think our brand is our authenticity, and that's showing through and sharing who we are authentically, in our posts and stuff. So
yeah, I totally get that. Well, and this goes further to what they said on that call, and that is if you're in other groups and supporting other groups, then you cannot show up 100%, and you're not using leverage because you're then diluting your efforts. Also about sharing, and this is something that is a great thing for us to communicate to people as they're starting on their Isagenix journey, and those people who want to share. If you were starting your own business, let's say you were going to open a clothing store or a vitamin store or a restaurant or a sandwich shop or a coffee shop, would you not be telling everybody everybody in your circle of influence that you are doing that? And yet we have so many people, and I know Don and Leon can totally relate to this, who, for the longest time didn't talk about it. And I'm so excited that they are now. And I think if we put it into perspective for people, like Leanne, if you had opened, if you had opened your salon but didn't tell anyone, how would your business have ever been built, right? So I'm sure you told people, hey, I'm doing hair now, you should come see me. So I think it's just the context of putting into context for people like that. It's not brick and mortar, but it still is your business, and you want to let people know that you're starting something. Something else.
Sorry, Stephanie. I was just going to say, I've found this. I definitely agree with you that that I've started to step out in that context and start saying, hey, I've got, I'm doing a business, and just spreading the word that way. I've got everybody who's really supportive, and a lot of people I've talked to now are like, hey, great, yeah, keep in touch and let's do this, let's do that kind of thing. So things are starting to happen. So I'm really excited about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna love this next part, I think. So how many of you honestly could, at the drop of a hat, if I said right now go, comfortably share your 30-second story? Who feels confident in that? Okay, and not everyone, and so Matt said something, and he was in the military, and he said in the military preparation is everything. You get handed a weapon, and I feel like our tools, I don't know anything about weapons, I'm not a weapons person, but I could see where he was coming from, and our tools, in a sense, if you were to make that analogy, are our weapons. And he said, every single day, the first thing you do is you prep your weapon. You check it, you clean it, you do all that stuff. And he said, so his prepping every day, this is what he does every single day. When he gets in the car, he recites out loud his 30-second story 3 times. And he has different stories, so he might tell 3 different ones or the same one 3 times. Every single day out loud. And he does ACMDE 2 times every day. And I thought that is so brilliant, because honestly, we do have to be able to share it in the moment, at the drop of a hat, anytime. And I would encourage everyone to just start doing that little practice. I've heard leaders say that they practice their story 100 times. They tell it to their dog, to their kids, to their filing cabinet, to the mirror. And out loud. You telling yourself your story in your head, it's very different, I promise you, than actually saying the words out loud and getting comfortable with them. So that's a great little suggestion that I thought was fantastic. Okay. Oh, this was.
Stephanie, how many people? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, you said go look at what the top level people have with the points. Where do we find that to see what?
It's the same place where your report is and your downline report is, in the back office.
You can look at the top. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all in there.
Okay.
And then you said, as we're working with people who are wanting to share, then, you get their list of 10 names. You make sure there's nobody negative in there. And this is a really interesting approach. He said, your job is not to enroll any of those people, but it's to just touch base with them. We're not asking anyone to get started. You might not even share about Isagenix, or you might, but just get in touch with them. And, if you can, share about what you're up to, but your intention is not to enroll those 10 people. Your intention is just to share with them what you're up to. And I love that, because it takes the pressure off someone going, oh my gosh, okay, I have to tell my friend about what I'm doing and they have to sign up with me. Tell them, no, we don't expect them to sign up with you. We just want you to share with them and talk to them. I love this. This was a great little approach. I'm so excited. I've just started my own business, and I know it's probably not going to be for you because we're such good friends. I just want you to take a look at it. That's it. Not, I want you to join me. I think you'd be really good at it, but I just want you to take a look at it. And then they go into Eric Worre's if I would use sending a tool, a video, etc.
Stephanie, would you mind repeating that one again?
I'm so excited. Hey, Joe, I'm so excited. I've just started my own business, and it's probably not for you. And you may say something like, because I know you're so busy with your chiropractic practice, or I know you're so busy with your job, whatever. But because we're so close, or because you're such a good friend, I really wanted you to take a look at it. That's it.
Thanks.
So Renee talked about when the number 3 point earner, or she was as of this morning, that she really, really buckled down and got structured and organized and approached this as a business. She's doing a lot of networking with meetup groups, etc. And she is leading with the business. So for example, if she meets a really good server or somebody in the customer service field, she says, you're the type of person I look for in my business. I'd love to connect with you. She goes right to it. So ask yourself this, are you getting ready to get ready, or are you actually in action and doing that? She says she makes most of her calls during a commute. During a commute driving. So those were our little nuggets from our CEO call that I thought were really, really good. And, that whole putting all our efforts into one group or our groups, I think is important. And there were times, and I don't see that happening anymore, so that's fantastic, but there were times when certain people are in, some of the big Isagenix groups, and they're spending all their time answering people's questions and commenting on everything. And yes, we're one team, and yes, we want to support each other, but that, if you really want to get ahead in the next 6 weeks and move your business forward, that's not going to be helping you build your business at all, being in those groups. So on that note, yes.
Just real quick, the gal at the very end who says she's really focused in on doing this as a business, and if she has a good server, she says, you're the type of person I want in my business. What is her next line after that? Just, are you open, or?
She connects with them. She says on Facebook, gets their info, and then just goes into the whole, sharing a tool, or if they're local, setting up. She will be doing a further training. So next CEO, if you can be on it, be on it.
Okay.
She'll be on it again.
Does this sound weird for everyone?
Sorry?
Does the connection sound weird for everyone, or just me?
Yeah, it sounds. I have an echo. There's an echo, Stephanie.
Oh wait, maybe it stopped. Talk now, Steph.
Stop. Oh, talking.
Okay, it stopped.
Okay.
So we're on that note, and it sometimes helps if everyone's just mutes when they're not talking. I started recently using Facebook friend lists. And I have to tell you, it is saving me so much time. So for example, I've been reaching out and making connections with people in the UK, fitness trainers. And I just did a graph search in Facebook fitness trainers in the UK, and I came across certain groups, and I started commenting on posts, and I friended a few people. I now have added them to a list, that way I can go and click on that list, and all I see are the people on my list and their newsfeed and their posts. That's it. I don't have to scroll through 50 cat videos to see the people I want to interact with. Jennifer actually asked me a message today, and I said that would be a great one to ask on the call tonight, but she's at work. And it was, how do we get more followers? How do we get more followers on Facebook? And that is, honestly, what I can say about that is consistently posting, consistently interacting, and adding value. And another cool thing I discovered I could do, and it doesn't work every time, but I can see posts certain people have clicked like on. So if you want to see, let's say you have somebody that you just think would be so awesome on your team, go see the kind of posts they're liking. What are the things that they're interested in? But I also checked some people on our team, and I saw that 99% of the likes were on Isagenix people's posts. So again, you clicking, and I'm not saying anybody here, but if you're spending your time clicking like on Isagenix posts, that's not, first of all, your friends can all see that. And secondly, it's not building your business. If you truly want to interact with people, you want to be commenting, clicking like on a friend's post so I'm now reading threads of things. I'm, doing reply. If somebody said something, I'm getting into the conversation on people's posts who I want to interact with. Another great way to get Facebook to meet you in the algorithm, so to speak, or get people interacting. This is something new I learned from this Eric gentleman. Let's say you have a friend who loves, Pia, who loves little wiener dogs. And if I see a little wiener dog article, I can tag her and say, hey, Pia, check this out. Did you see this? Now, even though it's not my post that I'm tagging her on, it's going to bring her into my world and me into her world. So I didn't know that. So even if it's on somebody else's post, but again, don't just do a name, say why. Hey, I know you love wiener dogs. Isn't this video hilarious, or something like that? Tell them why you're tagging them. And there's a difference in doing a post. So let's say, and I used to do this, if I wanted to do a post saying, oh, I want to give a shout out to the amazing women in my life, and I would tag, do the with and all these people. The with, doing it with, is different than doing the at mention. Facebook sees that differently. I don't know why, but they do. So the at mention is cool. So you might make the post, you could at mention the person, or then maybe in the comments, say a couple of hours later even, mention them and tag them in it. So that's some cool stuff. But the lists thing, you guys, phenomenal. So what are some great lists that we could make if we were to think about it? So for example, I'll give you an example. So I have a list of that I'm just starting, obviously, because I used to have our Team Freedom list. But now everybody who joins the group now and our team in a Very Inspired People, so I have a Very Inspired People list. I have a guest list. So my guests who are in Very Inspired People are now on a list. So not only can I click on that list and just see what my guests are posting, so I can take 10 minutes and go comment on a bunch of my guest posts, so I'm interacting with them, not just in the group, but I could also make a post and select that as my viewing audience. And I could target that. I could say Isagenix all over the place because no one else is going to see it but my guest list. Is that making sense? Does anyone have any questions about the lists?
Yeah, I'm still fairly new to social media in this regard, Stephanie. So when you say graphing, or where it is lists, like, are we just talking about friends that you're just you're trying to search for people that you know or people you don't know, or what exactly are you?
Well, if you want to be adding at least, I would say, a minimum of 10 new friends to Facebook a week. That's
Okay.
for somebody who's trying to grow their Facebook reach. So that's adding. So you can search for people with certain interests. You can search for people with certain regions, and I'll do a little share. But what are some great lists that we could do, guys? Let's brainstorm. Everybody's muted. I don't know how to unmute everybody at once, but.
Well, for someone like me, I mean, I just graduated high school 4 years ago, so I'm actually a part of my high school graduating class, and it's kind of a way that we can all, see what everyone's up to now and then. And so I've actually touched base with a lot of people in there really recently. So it's not a list I created, but it's always good to be a part of a list in general. And so I don't know, like high school or college alumni bases or something like that would.
So is that that's one of the lists Facebook created, right?
I don't know how they're created. Someone from my graduating class must have created it somehow. I don't know. And everyone I graduated with is basically a part of that if they have Facebook. So
is it a group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like very inspired people or something like that.
Okay, so that's a group. List is something really different, and I'll show you guys.
Oh.
I'll do a screen share. Yeah.
Okay, well, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's good.
So how are you? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, I was just going to say along those same lines, like since I've been back and forth visiting my parents, and I just graduated from high school too. And we're about to have our 30-year class reunion this year. It was so recently. So I've been reaching out to a lot of them. So those are people, even though they're not in a group, I can make a list of those people from, I could say, my high school friends.
Yes.
That I'm keeping up with and reaching out to.
And if they have listed the high school as their high school, Facebook has already made that list for you. So that's another tool.
So Stephanie, the whole issue about
has access to that list but me on my page. Like if I post something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That I don't get.
It'll make more sense when I screen share. But what are some other lists like we could do? What about my top 10 dream team people I would love to have on my team? Or people I know who have weight to release. So you can make posts just, so if somebody looks heavier, you've seen them comment about needing to diet or lose weight or getting healthier, or, teachers I work with could be a list, or people I've talked to could be a list. So what I'm just trying to think of, what other lists to make. So I'm open to suggestions, what you guys.
I have one.
Okay.
Other entrepreneurs.
Yes. Entrepreneurs. That's a great one. I love that, Pia. I have a list of people in other network marketing companies, and I'm going to start now making more business-oriented posts about maybe comp plans or incomes or whatever, right? That are compliant, of course. Good one. Entrepreneurs. Yeah, not just in network marketing. I like that.
And friends who are interested in healthy eating, healthy lifestyle.
Health conscious people. Yeah. Good one.
Athletes.
That's a good one.
Pet lovers.
Who?
Did you know there's an ISA pet page?
ISA pet page?
For pet lovers. There's a continuous debate about whether you can give your pets the shakes or not, and a lot of them are senior dogs who can't eat real food anyways, but or have some kind of issue. And I would say weekly, I'd say daily. There's a doctor or vet that will get on there and give their opinion about either why you shouldn't be giving your dogs these or why you should be giving your dog these. But that is quite an active group.
Okay, pet lovers. What else?
ISA pets.
From a marketing standpoint, guys.
Mhm.
I guess this would be more athletes, but living in the Vail area, lots of ski instructors. And so that's kind of who I've been trying to get at, because most ski instructors don't work from September, October, November until mid-December. Then they work really hard all the way up until beginning of April, and then they're off again for a couple months. So trying to target that group as a business group and a health group. So
yeah, and then you can make it as targeted and as small as you want, and then you can make very targeted posts that would appeal to them. What about moms, other moms?
Yeah, people in the military, or in military wives, military families.
Mm.
Yeah.
And are these people on our list? Do they have to be our friends?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
All right, so let me do a screen share. And I have my list right now, guys. I warn you, it's messy because I'll tell you why it's messy. It's because, hold on, stop that. I just figured out kind of how to clean them, etc.
You could have a vegetarian list too.
Yeah, vegetarians, vegans, good one.
And hunters, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
55 plus community.
Gardeners. Oh, the 55 plus.
Yeah, that's a good one. Healthy aging. Yeah, 55 plus community.
Very good. All right. All right, guys. So where you go is home first, to your home. You don't go to your friends list. You go home here. And then down the left side, see where it says friends?
Mm-hmm.
Click on more.
Okay.
And then you can create a list.
Okay.
So this is a Facebook list. If it has these little icons like that, so if self-employed people are in that list, who are your friends? My high school already has a list, who are my friends. People I've worked with in past places, if they've listed that work.
Oh.
Education, I don't know why that has that. Secondary education, people who have liked my page are already in a list. People who have said they're self-employed and loving it. So these are lists that Facebook has created. Scottsdale, Arizona area, that's a Facebook list.
Stephanie, if I could just ask you this, so and then how do you then set up a list so that your other friends, your wider friends can't see it, but you're only targeting just that list?
Well, you can create a list of,
right.
Let's say, athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it really is glitchy sometimes in...
Will they get a notification that they're part of a list?
No.
No.
Because this is just on your home page.
No, it's not. Well, this is just you guys can't see this if you go to
No.
this is just your own settings.
Yeah.
So let's say I've created this list, and it can have 3 people, it could have 300 people. And then, okay.
And you can always add more as you go.
Yeah. So see, when I click on that list, all I will see are posts from the people on that list. So I don't have to scroll through 50 posts to find. If I want to keep an eye on Joe and make sure I support him and comment on his posts, I don't have to go through tons of other people. So lists. And I don't want to spend too much more time on this because did we all say hi to Joe's person in there? I didn't yet.
Oh yeah, I need to.
A lot of people did.
Stephanie, I just thought of another group we could make is like if we have people on our team that are, whether they're new or in a while, like if they're wanting to rank advance to either become a consultant or a manager or a director or an executive, we could make a list of those people so that we're definitely making sure that we're going into target supporting their posts as well.
Yeah, definitely. Cleansers could be one. People who have expired, non-reneweds, people who aren't ordering, because that way you could even put up a post that, you know, and this is what I don't know yet, but I would think if I make a post that's targeted to say 30 people, I think they're more likely to see it than if I make a public post to everybody. That's my understanding of it. I don't know that for a fact, but we could play around with it. You know, we could all make our own little list of us, and I'll make a post and see who can see this and see if you guys would actually see it. So, anyway, sorry.
Oh my God.
And I want to get to what you, Penny, and what you and I, so I'm going to finish with lists. Then if I wanted to make a post to a list, so let's say test, and then I select here who I want to see that. I can make my UK list see that. I can make my VIP guest list see that. I can see people I've met at our gym, people I know in British Columbia. So cool, huh?
Very cool.
It's a huge, huge time saver. So I would definitely, those of you who are just starting to build a team and have cleansers, make a cleanser list, because then you can really quickly check and see, make sure they're getting, that you're supporting them, that they're not putting, you know, Isagenix posts out on social media, etc. So, all right. Any questions before I shut down the listing? Okay. Cool. Who learned something new today? Yay. All right. So Penny, let's talk about what you contacted me about, because I think there were some great nuggets there, and we might have some time to role play and everything, but I'd love for you to share, because it was just really got even my mind going and got me excited about doing more.
Okay. So there were several of us at Celebration, and we said, yes, I want to go for, we're doing the 90-day game plan. And within that 90-day game plan, part of our goal was to enroll 20 people in the first 30 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're coming up on the end of my 30 days and I haven't done that yet. So normally I would give up. Instead, I decided, what could I do? How could I do it? Is there anything I could do to make it happen? And at the Blitz a couple weeks ago in Texas, Laura Stevens mentioned the podcast that Angelique and David Norrie did about when they needed to do a big rank advance from 4-star to 6-star. They figured out they needed to enroll 22 people with President's Packs. And I don't know if they had a month or 2 months to do it, but they said, forget that, we're going to do it in a week. And they set out to do it, and they kind of talked about how they did it. And the short end of it, leaving aside all the intentions and all the actual, you know, the people they called and what they said to them, but part of what they did, do you want me to share this part too, Stephanie? Part of what they did, they presented it to people in saying, okay, like, we're going to offer you a rebate. And so they knew that all these were going to be double PIBs, that with the President's Pack, that $80 turns into $160. So they said some people they didn't give a rebate because they didn't need to offer it, but on the people that they presented that to at the beginning, they said, you get to decide if it's going to be a $50 or $80 or whatever rebate that you want to give them. Go ahead.
Sorry, I do want to say one thing on that. That is not something we can offer publicly. It wouldn't be compliant to do that, because it would be seen as trying to entice people from other teams. But, you know, as a thing, if anyone wants to offer that to help them make the decision to say yes, then yeah.
Yeah, so these are conversations they were having with people, not Facebook posts. But they were very one-on-one conversations. Basically, so... and they did it, and they enrolled 22 people in a week. and they got from 4-star to 6-star in a week. And so anyway, that's what I reached out to Stephanie I did the calculations and figured out, okay, when I enroll 16 people, this is how many cycles that would give me. That's how much money this would provide. And then this is the double PIBs, how much I would get. And if I gave each of them $50, got them a $50 Visa card and mailed it to them or handed it, whatever, how much that would be. And it's still so worth it to do it. And I thought that's a way that I could get it done. And so I worked with Stephanie on some of the wording and some of the, messaging and what to say to people and stuff. And so even if it's not like, even if you're not going for that 20 people in 30 days, or even if you just want to go, wow, let me set a crazy goal and do something, it's still something you can do, even if you're doing 30-day systems or Pacesetter packs or whatever you want to focus on.
So Penny, was that saying, like, if you sign up with the President's Pack, then you'll get a $50 rebate? Basically?
Yeah.
Like they had to be signing up with the President's Pack.
Right.
Or a $30 rebate if you do a Pacesetter pack. Or do you just leave it high?
I think I'm going to focus on the President's Pack, but for the 30-day, I don't know if I'll do it. I might, but but for sure it's going to change. The amount of the rebate I would be giving them would change and be equal to the amount. So
yeah. And so what did we come up with is how are you going to be approaching and how many people you're going to be talking to and how are you going to be approaching them? Because I thought that was really good.
Well, we talked about using Eric Worre's sort of his formula for if you were wanting to do that in the beginning. I think the formula he did, which I'm not going to go into, I believe, and Megan and Lauren, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 200 people is what you would need if you just stuck to the math. But if you're doing it in such a short period of time, you probably could get it done with 160 people if you reached out to 160 people. So I think between now and the 22nd is just under, 2 weeks. It's next, I don't know, Thursday. But also I think that's the 90-day game plan started on August 22nd. And so that's 30 days from that. But I'm also giving myself until the end of that week, whatever that Sunday is or whatever. So anyway, so if I divided it in half, it'd be 80 people the first week, 80 people the second week. And I'm going to front load that and go for 100 people the first week. And then I'll only have to reach out to 60 people the second week. And basically, I have a couple of different lists. The ones that I'm going to reach out to people that I've added to the VIP group, they're going to be a little bit different. But the ones that I'm kind of reaching out to for the first time, it's going to be a Facebook or text message and just general. We haven't connected in a while. I'm looking forward to, connecting. No, hold on. I have it written down here. We talked about so many different things. Just a very, very general. I know it's been a while since we've connected. I'm working on a project this week that I'd really love to chat with you about. What's the best time and number to reach you to chat for a couple of minutes? So hopefully then they'll come back and give me their phone number and when is a good time to reach out to them. And then do you want me to go into, once we do chat on the phone, what we talked about?
I mean, you're going to call first you're going to call people whose numbers you have, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did talk about that. If I have their phone number, I might just reach out and kind of do step 1 and step 2 at the same time. And also setting it up at whatever time, whatever place it's appropriate to say, I am so looking forward to catching up about your daughter's first week of school. I am on this, big project I'm working on this week. So can we catch up on that 2 weeks from now when I've already met my goal and, let me just focus in on what we need to talk about now. So better wording than that. So anyway, if it's that time then to go ahead and go into talking about it, just saying a little bit about the goal of I've recently set some really big goals for myself. I want to impact thousands of lives with their health. And to do that, I'm really jumping in quickly this week. And I want to get this information in front of 100 people. And then, letting them go, wow, or, oh, what kind of information, or whatever they're going to say. And then if I sent you a video, would you be willing to watch it? Would you watch it today? Or, that, and then going into the rest of the Eric Worre thing.
I love it. So how many people would like to kind of hear that whole thing play out on a role play? I think that would be that'd be great. Worthwhile. And it gives you a chance to practice, Penny. So do you want to give me a call? Or does anyone who wants to jump out and play with Penny? Actually, I don't want to do it. I mean, I would do it, but we did it all afternoon already. So who's willing to contribute to Penny and be her? Okay, James.
James. Thank you, James.
Awesome. Thank you, James.
Yay. Okay, so ring, ring, ring.
He's
ring.
Nobody's home.
You stop. I have to leave him
I'm muted right now. Please leave a message. Hello.
Hey, James, is that you?
It is me.
James, hey, this is Penny. I know it's been so long since we've talked or connected. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and it has been ages.
It has been. And listen, I really, really want to catch up. I've seen on Facebook that you and Shiloh are living in Mexico, and I really want to catch up and hear more about that. But I'm actually working on this project this week, and that's why I'm reaching out to you. So I would love, if you have a couple of minutes, if I can just share with you a little bit about what that's about.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to hear what you're up to.
Okay. Well, recently I've actually set a goal for myself to impact thousands of people in the area of their health and their wellness. And to do that, I'm really diving in deep this week. And I want to share this information. I want to get it in front of 100 people. So I really am passionate, and I believe that everyone deserves to live in a healthy body and enjoy their life. And so what I'm wondering is, if I send you a short video, would you be willing to watch it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, so the project that I'm actually working on, we offer various solutions. So we have weight loss, we have healthy aging, we have energy, we have athletic performance, and we have wealth creation. So of those solutions, which of them tweak your interest?
Besides all of them?
Would you say all of them?
I would say all of them, probably, given that it's my 60th birthday coming up in a couple of months. Healthy aging probably is high on the list, but
okay,
building is always of interest to me.
Okay. Okay, so healthy interest, and then and what else if you were going to narrow it down to, let's say, 3?
Yeah, I'm still hoping to make the NBA, so probably sports performance, yeah, something like that would be.
Okay. You could do it, and then you would also get in the Guinness Book of World Records. So
I would.
I'm in your corner for that. So, okay, so James, if I send you this information to you today, when will you be able to look at it?
I could have a look at it tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? Okay. So if I get it out to you tonight, you'll look at it tomorrow morning. So what time tomorrow afternoon would be good for us to talk about it?
Probably about 3 o'clock Central. I can't remember what time zone you're in these days.
Okay, 3 Central for you? Okay, that works great. So I am going to put you in my calendar here for 3 Central, and I will call you back tomorrow. And then when we talk tomorrow, we're going to set up a time 2 weeks from now that I can hear all about what's going on with you in Mexico, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to have a look at this project you're involved in. I'm knowing you, I'm sure it's amazing.
Okay, great. Thank you, James. I'll talk to you soon, tomorrow.
Yeah, talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Mm.
That was easy button.
Yeah, that was easy.
So how did that sound? Like, to me, that just sounded so natural and so authentic and so inviting. How did it feel on your end, James?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to hear it as if you're hearing it for the first time because, obviously I know lots, but I think the pieces that really made it okay were, number one, she did acknowledge that she would like to get caught up, but this isn't the right time. So that allows me to let go of I'm going to tell, where's the space for my story? I mean, that's how human beings are. You say something, I say something, you share something, I share something. So I like that you cleared that right away. And I think the piece that made it okay for that was because it's like, wow, you're up to something like really big and you're on a a tight schedule and you have a big goal for it. So it's sort of like, oh, right, I get, like, you're up to something big and you want me to be involved in it or at least know about it. And then, we can do the catch-up stuff later on. So, I think that's a really important part of it. I'm glad you put that in. And, I think the only other thing that I might have added, now I was being very agreeable, but, most people are busy and timelines are a concern. And, a video, I would have added, a short video, and I might have actually said about how long.
Yeah.
Because, you're saying when can you look at it? It's like, yeah, is it like a full length movie? Is it so I would qualify what specifically you're asking. And once you ask what you're interested in, then you'll know. It's like, oh, it's a great video. It's about 15 minutes. It's not going to tell you everything, but it'll give you an overview of what I'm up to. And then I'd love to get your reaction to it. So, when can I phone? And to actually say, I want to get your reaction to what I'm up to. Because otherwise, why am I watching it?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But, other than that, yeah, I mean, one of the things that you have that you do so well is you're willing to display your passion. And I think that's one of the pieces. And I get you were a little lost in the script here and there, but, for the most part, it was, just you being excited about something that you're up to. And I think that's one of the keys is what you're saying to somebody has to be something that you're already excited about. Like, you can't expect them to be excited if you're not. So I love that you were excited. It's like, yeah, I want to impact like thousands of people. And, my goal this week is to start with, 100 people, and you're on my list. So I'm really hoping you'll say yes, because this is a really big deal for me. And, I want to send you a short video, if I do, when could you watch it? And then I really would love to hear your reaction to what I'm up to. It's like, wow, okay. I'm in. And I think the main reason that people want to be in is because we don't very often talk to people who are excited about any damn thing. They want to talk about the weather or, that Trump guy or, like stuff that, yeah, maybe it's important for 5 minutes, but it's not important an hour from now. What you're talking about is like, wow, this is my life's work. I want you to be involved in that. It's like, cool, sign me up.
Yeah. That's some great feedback. Thank you. And I know we talked about mentioning short video or 4-minute video or whatever, and I think you just forgot that part. But I thought that was great. I want to get your reaction. That's a great ask. So we just worked on this, like an hour or two ago. So I would actually love, if I don't know if you have time since you're calling out to 100 people, but I would love to see this written up as a little script because I want to use it. And if you don't have time, take a picture of your notes if they're legible, and I'll get it written up or something.
Yeah.
Anyone want to give any feedback, any questions to Penny?
Penny, instead of spending time writing up the script, you could just record, your first 20 phone calls and then post them.
Well, it is a little bit out of order because we kind of had to do it. Oh, and then what about this and what about that? So I do need to piece it all together, and then it's going to be easier for me to do it. So, yeah, thank you.
I love the idea, Penny. It's fantastic. I love it. So that's great. Good for you. It's good.
I just want to throw out there that I did the same thing. I wish I'd had this when I talked to actually a best friend from 8th grade, but with her. We just did the catch up, so I can do a follow up with her. But it is so fun to call people. We get so caught up in Facebook, and she's like, I know, it's so good. I'm so glad you called me. Like, I think that's where at least I've been hung up. I'm like, they're already in my contacts. Like, I already know them. Just call them and be like, hey. And now, Penny, I can use this. Thank you. Because I put 20 people on my list yesterday, and I can call half of them. So
that's well, and that's why I called Stephanie. I said, I have this list, and this is what I'm going to do. But how do I get around the fact that I can't catch up with them right now? Because that will take more than 24 hours a day, and I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so that's and I do want to catch up with them because I've been enjoying that as well. And so this way gives us the way to do it in 2 weeks.
And we did say this was, I think, a key component, not just saying, I want to catch up with you, but saying, I want to catch up with you about, and something that you've seen on their Facebook, or how is Billy's first week of school, or something personal. I think that adds another little, like Penny said, how about how you're doing living in Mexico or something. And speaking of Facebook and connections, did you guys know if you go to your Facebook Messenger, hold on. No, I don't want to send this. No, I don't want to send this. I just want to look at it. If you go to Facebook Messenger, you can actually, is it too reflective?
A little bit, yeah.
There's a place that you can see, find your phone contacts. So Facebook Messenger, and then you hit all, and then it says find Facebook. So it'll go through your contact list and see who in your contacts is on Facebook, and vice versa if there's a way it can find it. So that's really cool if you want to grow your list that way.
Where do you hit find? Where do you hit that if you're in Messenger?
Okay, hold on a sec, because that was a picture. If you're in Messenger, there's a thing that just it says all up there. You see that on home, and then all, I think. No, not all. People. Under people at the bottom it says people, and then and then all.
Oh yeah.
Got it?
Hey, Penny.
I'm on all, but I don't see their phone.
I see all. I see where it says all, and then I see where it says active. Oh, find phone contacts. Got it. Thank you.
I have message requests, scan code, and invite people.
Oh yeah, the one in the middle says find phone contacts.
If you don't have an iPhone, that might be.
Yeah, I see mine now. Yep. Okay.
Leanne, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say, too, I like the way, Penny, even before you finished the call, though, you confirmed that I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I also want to book a time where we can catch up after I'm done my project.
Yeah.
And that just validated the fact that you're, not just calling them to share, but you want you're genuine. You're more genuine that way.
Oh no.
Yeah. And you guys, honestly, you would be amazed that, and I saw someone on TV, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's kind of into fitness. She's from Colombia. Her husband just lost his job. And I'm going to find her on Facebook. Found her on Facebook, messaged her, said, hello, I saw you on the show, and I'm working on a project with a lot of fitness professionals. I would love to chat with you about what's the best time and number to reach you. She replies within an hour. Hi, Stephanie. Can I get back to you later this week? I will be a little busy next days, but would love to hear all about it. Thank you.
Wow.
Complete cold approach. So as far as contacting your friends and just saying, hey, if you don't have their number, let's say, hey, I'm working on a project. I really want to chat with you, or add this week to create that urgency. I'm working on a project this week that I'd love to chat with you about. What's the best time and number to reach you? If you don't have their phone number, get people's phone numbers, take it off Facebook as quick as possible. All right, let's do one more takeaway or question, and we'll wrap it up. Takeaway can be from anything tonight, not just the last piece.
I really love the part about the Facebook list, being able to implement that and utilize that.
Yeah, that's a game changer. That's huge.
Yeah. Awesome.
I think we get so caught up, Stephanie, at least I do sometimes. We talk about how we're supposed to be, the job here is to attract attraction marketing. So I'm trying to like draw people to me, and it's not so much me, I guess, making a list of people I could, group together kind of thing. Maybe I need to be more, proactive in getting and trying to build a bigger list of people rather than trying to draw them to me.
But what are you doing as far as commenting on your friends' posts and interacting with them on what they're doing?
Well, I do try to, I guess I'm kind of guilty like most people. Just you hit like, or you try to make as brief a comment, kind of, oh, great job, or certain things. You don't. I guess I don't engage as much as maybe I need to, but I do try to comment in sort of a brief way that at least they know I was there commenting on something, right?
Yeah, so there's something, and this is something that Eric Guy talks about too. There's like commenting and sharing, and thoughtful commenting and sharing. So, on each other's stuff, sure, just great job or whatever, because we're just trying to support each other. But when it's somebody who you truly want to build a relationship with, try to make a comment or a question, if you can at all, ask a question about that's relevant to what they posted about. Or sometimes, somebody comments on something of mine, and I'll go reply, say, oh my gosh, time for a coffee soon, or, can't wait to see you, or something, just to engage. Yeah. It's about engagement.
Yeah.
And so what the list does, Paul, it allows me to see in my newsfeed just the people that I want to interact with about something specific, instead of scrolling through, 100 Isagenix posts to get to the one post that I want to comment on, or maybe I don't see it at all because my newsfeed is full of Isagenix posts or team posts or whatever.
Right.
That's
exactly
the value of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I love that. The role play was great. I love role plays. If you guys have any situations you want to role play, I could role play all day long. So throw them out there, make suggestions.
Can I ask a quick question about the pumpkin spice?
Yes.
Can we start posting those tonight?
Yes, because everybody is now. Okay. So I don't want our team to be a day behind, and because it takes time to disseminate this, and don't assume everybody's going to see it in the Facebook group. So first step is message everybody on your team with one of those things, and let them know how to order it. It has to be ordered as an order. It can't be added to an auto ship, because some people don't know, and say, no kidding, this sold out in a matter of, I think it was 8 hours last time, wasn't it, guys? The first time the pumpkin spice came out. So don't miss out. And well, I'll be ordering at least 6. You guys have seen my.
A lot of people get tied up too, and there's so many orders. Some people can't.
Yeah. So I mentioned that it's easier sometimes on the app. So make sure your people have the app. And
what was that you were saying, Steph, about you can push it back 29 days or something? What was it you were saying about that?
Yeah. So if you place a qualifying order with pumpkin spice shakes from tomorrow, let's say, then you can push your auto ship out 29 days, because you'll be qualified if you order enough shakes. And
right.
For those of us ordering 6, that's more than enough to qualify. And 10% off, it's like a free tub of shakes, so that's good.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
I can't wait for the script. I'm going to start using it.
Yeah, thanks, Penny. I'm looking forward to our catch-up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
everybody.
Thanks,
Good
Penny.
night.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Bye.